And all right. Looks like we've got everybody in here. Everybody's out of the waiting room. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Q&A. If you're new here, I believe you guys can still unmute yourselves as you have questions, questions or answers, whichever they are. And the best way that we found to, ask questions in a good fashion would be hit the react button at the bottom and then hit the raise hand button. Yeah, and currently we don't have any sort of theme that we want to go based off of. So if you've got any questions, any new things you'd like to share, let's go ahead and get started.
Do you guys have any plans for adding a terms and condition feature when people sign up? I mean, it'd be like with anything that you sign up for that they have a terms and conditions on.
Yeah, I don't think that that's been brought up before.
And I say it just because with subscriptions and with all the other things that we do, delivery times, you name it, us sending out an individual template to somebody is a real pain in the ass versus being able to, when they sign up, you end up building that in, they select it, and then we're off to the races and we don't have to think about it again.
Yeah, do you think it could be added into the welcome email structure if you are sending those out?
Welcome email or like literally when someone's signing up, they do it at sign up, because the welcome letter is an extra step in how many people open that up.
Yeah,
But
true.
but as a process step in signing up, just like with anything, there's nothing that I do that there's not a terms and condition. Don't get me wrong, and it makes me scroll to the bottom of it before I can do it. I don't read it, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But I think that that's the safest spot. And then anyone who's already an existing customer, then we can, if we have something like we want them to give, like if we have something delicate that needs to be wet cleaned and we're looking for approval, we can send them the terms and conditions also at that point talking about that. So it doesn't have to apply to anyone. It's just all new people signing up.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. And what would you say would happen if somebody just didn't want to
They don't sign
accept the
up.
terms? It just
Don't
leaves
care.
them there, basically.
Oh yeah, like if you don't select that, then you're not our customer. I mean, it's just
Okay.
like if you don't want to put a credit card down on something. Sorry, I mean, it's the same thing. If someone's going to complain about our prices, don't care. I have to operate our business to protect our business, and if they don't like it, either people can have like a one-line terms and condition that someone just clicks and it's easy, or I can have like a six-page terms and conditions that they click.
Right.
You know,
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I can bring it up and see what ideas that may have already been put in place, and maybe we can edit it or actually get somebody working on it.
Yeah, because like I look at it and I don't think there's once again, I don't know much about anything, but heavy lifting associated to putting a checkbox where, I can't imagine that you're gonna have to rewrite the entire wheel or reinvent the wheel to get something like that added.
Yeah, the only thing that I could foresee coming back is, have you thought about placing it on your individual website? If
We
you
do have it on
are
our,
somebody who does, um, you know, click here to sign up, and then it immediately opens up terms and conditions, accept, and then it opens up our sign up page.
yeah, my only problem is I want to use you guys like a real CRM. I don't
Right.
want to have to go to multiple sources to figure out where that is.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing is like when you have messaging and you have all that built in, I want to be able to go into their profile and see those things there, and get people familiar with it, and so our staff doesn't have to have access to certain things that I don't want them to, and then that's given to another manager or things along those lines. That's just going to cause extra work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see if anybody has any thoughts on it and get back with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a Dawn thing?
I don't think so. Not entirely.
Got it.
All right. Other questions? Yeah, Victoria.
So we have been noticing auto charging when our customers are on statement, and all through their profile, it will show monthly statements. And in the payment option, it'll show some of the statements unsent, and we're having to manually send the statements. Um, just this week we had an auto charge on a statement only customer, and they did a partial charge, and we really can't figure out how that happened, where that came from.
So statement customers don't auto charge. The only thing that I could think of just off the top of my head without researching it is that the customer went in and paid it themselves through the customer portal.
And it will usually show us that when we click on where the payment came from, it'll show if Victoria pulled the charge or if the customer pulled the charge, and it shows nothing. And the customer reached out to us and asked why we did that. And we have no idea how it happened or who pulled the charge.
Okay. Which company are you with?
Curtis Cleaners.
Sorry, say that again.
Curtis Cleaners.
Curtis, got it. I'm just gonna take a brief look at it. See if I can see anything that stands out. What's one of the customers that this happened to?
It would be Cook Funeral Home.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I do see that it was auto paid.
Yes.
But that doesn't, oh, it could have been. Yeah, so if anybody in your company went through and went to receivables, the report, and then clicked auto pay on all the statement customers, which is a normal practice that people do, it would look as though auto pay was ran for your statement customers.
Okay, so we still have to manually do that through receivables, even on those statement only customers.
Yeah, so even if, so say if somebody went into receivables and didn't properly filter it, and then just clicked the auto pay button to force anybody who's in that filter, it would just automatically charge anybody who has card on file.
Interesting. Okay, so the charge did happen on a day that we were closed, so no staff were working. So that's also strange to us how that happened.
Which is a manual. Yeah. Sorry, so Chris was just saying that the unsent statement on that customer was generated at 2:11 p.m., which would mean that it was a manually generated statement, because statements generally will post around midnight. Yeah, I see auto pay nightly. Okay, it's something we'll need to look into for that specific customer, because I do see that it shows auto pay nightly that it was ran. So definitely some questions there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if you could, if whoever just put in a ticket. I've already sent the information that I've found up to one of our engineers, but if you could just put in a ticket that says briefly, hey, I had the statement payment issue in the Q&A, and Tyler and Chris are aware of it, and so we can tend to it as soon as we get back in there.
Okay, will do. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right, Brian.
Yeah, just a quick question. I'm currently on a different marketing system. I'm looking to go to smart marketing. I would like to bring my Twilio number over. Is that possible?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
But now it does take some time. It's not instant. So, and
Yeah,
there will be some either back and forth between you and Twilio, or us, you and Twilio. All three.
Hey, Jason here with marketing. Yeah, got that message earlier. We already sent that over to Gary. Yeah, he'll send you a message and get that ball rolling, so that way that number can get brought over.
Yeah,
and it's really, I think, just as quick as you saying yes to an email, and then the process happens. But yeah, it'll take about a week at most.
Yeah, so I just don't want to have the customers have already been using it for some time. I don't want to give them another number that they have to now unsubscribe with or whatever. You know what I mean? So, and I guess do I need to bring over anybody who's unsubscribed from that, or is that held in
No, that should be held within Twilio itself. So all that information should come over with it.
Okay.
I may want to double check on that one.
Yeah, but
because I feel like Smart will, like, it has its own, unless if Twilio itself is just housing that unsubscribe, and
it should be held on Twilio's end, and they're just transferring over all the data for that. But yeah, I'll ask Gary to check on that as well then.
It's definitely held on this other systems software as well. So I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but okay.
On that other system software, is there a way for you to download that list?
Yeah, I'm looking into it.
If you can download that list and send it over to me, I can 100% make sure that they're also unsubscribed in Smart as well.
Gotcha. Okay. So if we have to do that, we will. Or which says I'm going to go do that anyway, and then as a belt and suspenders type of thing. So okay.
And then your email list that you sent in, we completed that this morning. So I just didn't get a chance to send you a message.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, you got it.
So that's all good. And yeah, I guess I'll just know if there's any issues with, or that you find with the list.
Yep. No, I think this has been straightforward, so that's good.
All right. Very good. All right. Other questions?
Hey, what's up, Tyler?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. I'm just wondering about issues in the system, and I usually call it tickets. I guess it's issues in Smart. I didn't see a capability to group by category or status or something like that. Like, I want it to be more user friendly for reporting and for viewing it regularly. So, yeah, I don't know.
So I wouldn't necessarily use that function as for reporting purposes. That filtering is mainly used so you can filter out what you're viewing. Mostly used for people that may have a lot that they haven't solved or haven't resolved. And then you can also use it in the inverse where you filter out the ones that you want to automatically resolve with that resolve all button up in the top right.
Mm-hmm. What about statuses? I see there's only open and closed. Is there more? Like, could I put in more?
No, because there's really only two statuses. It's either open or it's closed.
Is there like a feature request possible, or is that you guys are locked in? Because most ticketing systems would allow you to have more statuses.
So it's not necessarily a ticket. I mean, I guess I could see viewing it in that light. It's more for it's based off of messages, responded messages. Have they been responded to or have they not? And was it resolved or not? If we were to look at adding in more filters for it, what would you be recommending or suggesting?
I want to be able to make either reports or even in the regular interface to be able to tell users, okay, this is what you're looking at. You're looking at newer issues, or there's a lot of irrelevant, let's say, issues in their view right now, right? Because they're just clicking on theirs. A lot of them they're still working on. I want to be able to split out some of the issues. Just thinking how to do that. But okay, I guess if it's not a ticketing system, it's not a ticketing system. But
yeah, I know that you could, depending on what you are trying to do, like what you're trying to narrow down, you can use KPIs to filter through that stuff, but you're not going to have if say, for instance, you're trying to filter out specific things, as in by message, and you're not going to be able to resolve those based on what you've done in the KPI. That would just be specifically for data tracking.
Perfect. Okay.
Hey, it's Faggy. I'm hopping in here. When we work together, we created a report on the KPI for issues and notes. The thing is, I would love to be able to group them by category or subcategory. And even if there's no ability to, make actual statuses, maybe I can use a subcategory field as statuses, or even if they could just view it based on those groups. But I'm having very limited options for the grouping.
Okay, and you used what type of report is it? Or
it's a notes issues report.
So I wouldn't necessarily use a notes issues report, but I guess let me go down the rabbit hole with you. What's the name of the report?
So we have one called FW issues report.
Gotcha.
I mean, the truth is, I don't know. Yeah, you can look at that one. So that one is currently grouped by the month
who it's assigned to,
right? But who it's assigned to and when it was created. But let's say we can group that by who it's assigned to and the current. Let's say I do subcategory or subcategory.
I gotcha. Yeah, I think it should be added in as a group by, because it's all listed there under the filters.
Yeah.
Subcategory and category. Yeah, I think they can both be added in there.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Adding that.
Okay, very good. I've sent that away.
Awesome. How long should that take?
I don't have a timeline on that or anything that I send up. It's more of just getting it out there so we can start looking at it and see how long it would take. And if it's super easy, we'll see.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I would appreciate if you can shoot us an email when it's done, just so we know. Otherwise,
yeah, sure, of course.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem. All right. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention as to who raised your hand first. But let's go with John first.
Yeah, hi Tyler. I have a ongoing ticket open with Freddie. He informed me that Chris would provide us with an update on that. So I just wanted to ask Chris if we wanted to kind of take it offline or in terms of the next steps for our task.
Hey, this is about converting the lockers over to smart.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, Josh just sent me the document in the email. So yeah, the next step is basically I'll send you a meeting link, and then we'll meet and kind of game plan how to get everything over and kind of go over if there's any like customer imports that need to happen, or is it just strictly the locker data, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty straightforward. It's just because there's so many lockers, it might take a second to get each one of them done.
Yeah, it'll be all of the above, as you mentioned. Just one caveat, what we're trying to do, we're trying to install kind of like some test lockers for some locations, preferably this week on Friday. So what we want to do is kind of use those new locations kind of as kind of like a test, kind of like a pilot within Smart as kind of like the first set of lockers within the Smart system. So I was hoping that you could kind of take us through all the ins and outs and how to set that up, just quickly, just to get us up and running for that test for this Friday. Do you think you can kind of help us with that portion at least just for this week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy enough. So I can either we can either talk probably right after this. Or if you want to meet tomorrow morning, we can talk tomorrow morning as well. And then we can go over it's fairly straightforward once we kind of get through the notions and kind of all that like miscellaneous stuff. But once you do one, then everything else kind of just flows right after that.
Great. Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, we can talk after this. Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Let's go, Lydia.
Hi, this is Theo. I'm sitting here with Lydia, so it's okay. I think if I pose the question. So I'm calling from Germany. So we are, I think, probably maybe the first customer you have in Germany. We went live a few weeks back, and we have a little challenge with the invoices, because the invoices are the VAT on the invoices is calculated on an item level. But our customers don't accept that. They want to have the invoice on the total. Sorry, the VAT on the total. And there's always a difference. And they don't accept us to send us the invoice like it comes out of Smart. Do you have any solution for that? Can you help us with that?
Okay. Interesting. I would need to pull up what one looks like. Obviously, there's nothing that I can change right now in regards to how it populates and how it's already functioning, because that's kind of the root level of how Smart works. Smart bases taxes or VAT, like you're talking about, off of each individual item, which has always created some fits between customer and business. So I don't have an immediate answer for you, but it's definitely something I can at least get screenshots of what you're dealing with, and send it up to some individuals that'll be able to assist. Have you talked to Johan about this?
Yes.
Yeah, to whom?
With Sabine and Milad.
We let's say the Smart is, I think, located in Sweden, right? In Malmö. So it's Milad and Sabine. So these are the two contacts we have, but they could not really answer to this topic. I mean, for us, it's a big issue because especially large customers, they don't accept it. They have their existing processes, and they have their thresholds in the systems for invoices, and they run on error whenever they receive our invoices. And at the moment, we have to print them out and change them manually. So we cannot use them in the way they come out of Smart.
Okay, I got you. So Sabine and Malad have all the answer or all of your examples and things that you've mentioned before, though.
Yes, they should
basically
have.
every single invoice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we've already talked about this in the development meetings. I'm pretty sure we're already looking at the calculations for it. But as far as an update goes, I'm not sure where we are with it. I'll know more probably by tomorrow. So what I can do is I can shoot you guys an email, just give me some updates on kind of where we are with it.
Okay, fine. You have the email, right?
Yes, I have it.
Yeah. There's only one customer, right? So, but okay, sorry for that. Okay, thank you.
All right, very good. And welcome to the Q&As. I believe this is your guys' first time coming here, so I hope you learn something or find it interesting, and hopefully it's not too early for you and it's a good time for you.
I didn't get the whole point, but I mean it's the first time, right? We are participating, and yeah, we are just curious to hear. But of course, I think as we are newcomers, we don't have similar problems like the other participants here. I believe. I think we are at the very beginning.
But it's quite helpful because we can get some hints and about workarounds, and it's really helpful.
Awesome, perfect. All right. Other questions or issues? Anything you got? Okay, so if we don't have any questions, I don't want to waste anybody's time. But if there are questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, Brian, go ahead.
All right. I guess two-parter here. I was on a couple Facebook groups, and they mentioned taking pictures of every item that comes in. A couple of them were doing it. I was looking at the setup of everything. So do you guys have a preferred webcam or anything that you guys support, or is it just anything that I can get off the internet?
So are you talking about specifically for detailing, or is this for marking, or
when we're taking the item or when we're detailing the item? A couple people said that they've been doing it for a long time. They really like it. It's not very difficult. So I was super interested in it, and they take a picture of as it comes in. They take a picture of it, and they showed me a setup. There's like an arm hanging off the desk, and they're able to do it pretty quickly. I didn't know if you guys like recommended anything, or it's just, hey, listen, like there's stuff out there that you can go get, which I'm more than happy to do. It's just.
Yeah, I know that now some people have tested with different ones because the one that we recommend to some is not good enough quality. So some people have tested it with like 4K cameras or something like that.
Yeah.
But the one that we recommend, I believe, is the Logitech
Yep. So the Logitech C90 series. So anything that's a C91, 92, 93, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, yep, the C920. That's what it is. All right, Mobeen.
Hey, so while we're on that topic of the camera, I know I've heard of it before and that some people use it. I'm just curious as to from what y'all have heard and seen, how long of an additional, how long it takes per garment additionally. Like, is it just a quick second, like a quick snap, or is it like snap the picture, then add it to the item, and then move on to the next?
So
yeah, I think that depends on what you're using the camera for and kind of where in the process you're going to use it, right? So like some people use it to track damages, or some people use it to track what the clothes look like when they came in. Some people do it at assembly to see what they were like when they came off assembly. So it kind of like depends on what would be the purpose of it for you. If you just want an image of the garment, it usually takes no time at detailing. So like most of the time you won't do it like at when you take it in at drop off, but at detailing you'll do it. It takes probably an extra second to just take a photo of the garment per item.
Okay, so let's say I was just doing it for each item that was brought in. and not just for damaged items and not assembly. So I would go to, the customer, and I would open the order, and then I'd add in the garment. Let's say it's already barcoded. So
Yep.
then I would just, just like where the brands and the fabric and all that options are, would it be over there? And I just click like a button, and then it'll populate the camera and just snap.
Yep, there's a little camera icon at the bottom of that screen, like where you see press only and alter only.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That little camera icon, if you click that, it'll pop right up and you can take the photo.
Oh, okay. I got you. And this will be stored like in the cloud, or would it be like on the computer itself?
It doesn't save locally to the computer. It saves directly to the garment and to the cloud, right? So it's attached to the item. So like when you go into like the customer's wardrobe and stuff like that, those pictures still exist.
Okay. And are we limited in terms of how much like data we can have uploaded?
No, you shouldn't. You won't reach any like limits, or you won't get any restrictions or anything like that for taking photos.
All right, cool. So you said again it was Logitech C90 series, or?
Yep, C9 series. The C920 is usually the most used one that we see.
Okay. All right, cool, man. Thank you. I'm gonna see if I can give that a shot.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off that, when we do, is there a place to do the front and back, or is it just one picture for the item?
Yeah, so it's one photo, one main photo, and any extra photos will be in the notes of, you could put it on the order, or
you would have to open the item, open the notes, and then take the pictures there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Okay. And then if you don't want to speak to this, is fine. It's a complete rumor, and I saw it on a Facebook chat room, so the validity of it may not be there. But is there something in the works as Smart identifies the color, the brand, or provides additional details to it?
Yeah, so we're actively working on that, and we do have a functioning test model that works and will auto detail clothing currently, yes, but it is not something that has been released yet.
Yeah. So I guess my follow-up question to that, and the reason I'm bringing it together is there specific camera requirements? And if it is, does the C9 series fit those?
That's a great question, by the way. So with the auto detailing, those cameras are going to be different. Those are like 4K cameras, so they're still testing out different models.
Okay.
And kind of figuring out which ones work and which ones don't, which one's going to give the best quality, especially with auto detailing, right? Because you need the clearest photo possible. But I think what we're currently testing with is the C920 though, and it's been working fine, right?
Tyler's face gave it away.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I'm not 100% sure, because I've only seen a list of people who have tested it, and I've only heard of what issues may or may not have come up while trying it. So I don't know what hardware they're using specifically for it.
Got it. So what I end up doing is I'll wait until we hear from you guys as to the quality of camera, whatever you recommend for that, because I think that's going to be long term. That would probably be what I'm going to be hopeful for. So
yeah, it's super interesting, and from the videos that I've watched on it, it's pretty awesome. So
yeah, no, it seems fantastic. So, and I know all the people up front would welcome it without any problem. So
yeah, I'm sure there'll be a wave of people that want to do it, and then there's going to be some issues. Hopefully not many, but then there'll be a wave that comes in afterwards, I'm sure. Yeah.
I would be more than happy to try. I know I used the delivery app as soon as you guys put out there. I struggled with it a little bit, but at the end of the day, we continued to use it. We never moved back to the other app. So I was a huge fan of it. Okay.
All right. Great questions. All right, Victoria.
Okay, I'm going to kind of stray away from the whole camera thing. We're also doing that, and it's kind of fun right now. So I am not super familiar with our geofencing, and I don't know if there is a different time to maybe get a rundown on how to use the geofencing. I believe there is like an on-off switch sort of, and we didn't turn it on. I am not sure if it's going to try to reroute all of our stops. I guess those are a little bit of the questions that I have for geofencing and maybe how to use it properly.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks like just from what I looked at, you guys have everything set up. On the map, well, you do have geofencing already enabled. There are other areas to check though.
I'm gonna walk away real quick. I'm so sorry. I'm stuck on the counter.
All good. All right, I guess we'll wait until she's available. But for those who are wondering, if you do have geofencing questions, you can always reach out to us. I would definitely recommend reaching out to us first. Have a meeting with myself or Chris or somebody, just to make sure that your business is fully ready to do geofencing. The biggest thing that people attempt to do is it's great to try to do it on your own as long as you've read all the documentation and that you understand that this is location based. It's not based on time or anything else. So you can't have two routes that overlap each other. That doesn't work. Unless if you have multiple brands, then you can do, as long as the routes are covering the exact same area, you shouldn't have any issues. And as long as they're different brands. Yeah, I think those are the biggest things to go over, and it only should affect your new customers that are being signed up. It will just auto place them where they need to be. If there are existing customers that you want to move or you want to do a whole route restructure, that's a whole nother animal that we need to figure out. And obviously we would help you with it, and there would be a lot more meetings to deal with before we actually just enable it and let you go. But
okay, I'm sorry, I had to walk away.
All good, all good. But as I was explaining, it looks like you have everything set up already the way that it needs to be. Now, geofencing is really for new customer signups. Any existing customers, unless if you went through and or if you had us do a full route restructure where you're moving all of your routes to be location based and you're moving all of your customers to exactly where you want them within those bubbles, then it's only going to affect your new customers, and so that way you don't have to worry about, did I place this customer in the right place? The system's going to do it for you.
Okay. So with that being said, when I am trying to set up a new customer, I'm using Google and like looking up Google Maps for their address and then going back to geofencing and zooming in around there to find out which route they're on.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't recommend doing that. What I would recommend doing is, if the customer is coming in and signing up, I would sign them up, like create them an account, but then send them a message that shows that would give them their customer portal link. Then the customer would go in and request a pickup there, and it will automatically assign them the route. So that way, all you're doing is just creating their account. Or the other way to do it would just to have a QR code, which is becoming more popular. Have a QR code at the front counter, have the customer scan it, put in their phone number or email, whichever they prefer, creates their account, and then they can immediately put in all their information and schedule a pickup, and it'll automatically put them on the route that they need to.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. Good questions. Any further questions though? All right. I would think I'll take that as there are no other questions currently. Obviously, if you do have further questions, just a reminder that up in the top right-hand corner of Smart is the little headset button. During the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there'll be somebody that's sitting there in a live agent meeting that you can just click on. You can join it, or you can call into it, and you can speak to somebody right away if you're having immediate issues. You can also feel free to save that number that's listed there, so that way you can call at any point in time during those hours, specifically during the weekdays. Other than that, Brian, you got something?
Yeah, just real quick. Can you select breaks on the delivery app? Like, can you take, like, is there a way for a driver to say, hey, I'm on break?
That's a good question. Let me see. Let me pull an instance up on my phone really quick to see if I have it. But the only place that I would think of is if you have the time clock enabled for that person. Let's see, time clock. Okay, if you have time clock enabled for the mobile device, you should be able to. But the instance that I have does not have it enabled.
Right. So the time clock, is that, no, I thought that was by user, or is that by device?
Yeah. It's by user.
So it's the same. It's the same if they log in and they have to clock in normally. The option will be there for clocking in or break.
Yeah, it should.
All right, I'll double check that and let you know.
Yeah. If it does not, definitely let me know.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, very good.
Another great Q&A. Thank you, guys.
Perfect, love it. All right, everybody. All right. Looks like everyone is good, and I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Thank you.
Thanks. See you later.